In a world where every punch, every kick, every move counts, unexpected twists await us. Charles Oliveira, sidelined by a deep cut, leaving the rematch against Islam Makhachev hanging in the balance. But featherweight champ Alexander Volkanovski steps up, bringing the heat to the main event. As if fate wasn't done with its surprises, Paulo Costa faces a battle off the mat, a staph infection sidelining him from the co-main event. Enter Kamaru Usman, the former welterweight king, ready to clash with Khamzat Chimaev in what promises to be an epic showdown. Heartbreak for number 5 ranked heavyweight Curtis Blaydes, as a double ankle injury forces him out of the UFC Sao Paulo main event. But the Black Beast, Derrick Lewis, is here to save the day, stepping in to face Jailton Almeida in a bout that's got everyone talking. This is the world of the UFC. Unpredictable, unyielding, unmissable.
We rollin'! Yeah! All night long.
What the hell is going on? Making the Walk podcast, episode 23. Damn, what happened? What happened? I feel like the last time we were on, things were, we knew what was happening with the UFC. Then all of a sudden, an eyebrow threw a grenade in the whole damn thing. An eyebrow and the elbow. Just totally messed up the UFC 294 card. But we're going to get into it. First thing, as usual, like, subscribe, share, all those things. We're actually making a ton of progress on the channel, and we definitely appreciate it. But continue to do it. Continue to come back and see what we have to talk about. But let's dive right into it. Alexander Volkanovski has come out of nowhere to fill in for Charles Oliveira against Islam Makhachev at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi in 11 days. Is it 11? It's 10 days now. In 10 days.
10 days.
Because of Charles Oliveira's eyebrow is no longer attached to his face. So what the hell is going on? First question for you. When you heard that Charles Oliveira is out, what were your thoughts? What came to mind when you were like, oh, shit, this is not what we talked about?
Yeah, I was. Well, let me think about that. Actually, I don't remember now.
I mean,
I think I was shocked, just because it's so close to the time, but
yeah.
Also, Charles kind of does this, not.
Does
he got hurt.
He has pulled out. He's definitely pulled out. But I can't blame him for this.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture? You see the picture of his eyebrow?
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Awful.
Yeah. Awful.
I can't blame him for pulling out. I know Dana was mad about this situation.
Someone's got a big fucking mouth. He was very upset about it, and he kept saying it too.
Yeah.
Big fucking mouth at Charles' camp. Okay, so Ariel didn't teach his camp anything.
Apparently not, because he's still mad at Ariel because of the Brock Lesnar situation. And that was UFC 200. We're about to be at UFC 300. But just Volkanovski stepping in on such a short notice. Like, if you were Alexander Volkanovski, would you step in during, knowing, you only have 10 days against somebody who does have a win over you on paper, at least? What would be your thoughts on that if you were him?
It seems like he's probably stayed preparing for Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had been preparing for Islam and I know I'm good after having surgery, then if I wanted it that bad, it did make me wonder why do they want to fight Islam so bad? Colby chiming in wanting to fight
Hmm.
Islam. I mean, but anyway, yeah, if I was good to go, shit, why not?
Yeah, it's kind of a nothing to lose situation almost, but it kind of isn't. Because,
I don't agree with that, not necessarily.
well, in listening to, I didn't finish the podcast, but I listened to a little bit of Robert Whitaker's podcast, and he was saying that, kind of what you just said, that Volkanovski is kind of a cardio machine, and he stays ready. You can't be a cardio machine and not be ready,
Mm-hmm.
and stay in top of condition. So he knew that he was ready from that perspective, and he also, he's been calling out Islam, calling out that second fight. So he figured like he's ready, short notice or whatever. So that doesn't really matter. But the question is he kind of squandering his opportunity? Because I think it was almost a foregone conclusion that eventually this was going to happen. But would he rather have that opportunity with a full camp, or is it he's jumping at the opportunity because it presented itself? Like, is he squandering his opportunity by jumping at it? Is kind of the question that's out there.
I don't know. I wouldn't miss the opportunity if I were Volk. Because
Hmm.
Islam, well, we've talked about this before, but I don't think Islam should be in this weight class. So Kobe's definitely onto something. Calling him out and saying he's fighting little guys, just like Khabib. He should have been in 172. Um,
Hmm.
and it's possible that he may move to that weight class soon. I don't think Islam has like quote unquote trouble making 155, but it's tough.
I mean, from the looks of it, from seeing him on the scale,
Mm-hmm.
it's no picnic. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that they consistently bring out the towel or the thing, so you
Mm-hmm.
got to strip
Yeah.
down and shave off all your ball hair, with a manscaped razor. You
You
see how I
really
did
pull
that?
okay, okay. Oh my God. Like, Manscaped, please just give the man.
Man,
Okay, but
I'm saying that's two. That's two. That's back to back. I just plugged it. But no, but just the fact that he has to do that every single time,
right.
like lets you know that he does struggle with the weight, even though he's making the weight.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see 170 in his future, and he's also called out um, the champion at that weight class, Leon Edwards, to go up and do that, which I don't agree with. I don't think that he should do that. He needs to defend his belt against a lightweight. But this isn't his fault. He was about to defend his belt against a lightweight.
Yeah.
But I do give him a lot of credit for taking the fight. That
Yeah.
was obviously a very difficult fight for him. We saw him
Yeah.
in the fifth round, laying on his back, getting punched in the face. So it's a very difficult fight for him. But
Yeah. He was
I,
clearly exhausted.
yeah, which could be in result to that weight cut. To your point,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
because I wondered if it had anything to do with the typical like elevation, things like that. But no, they were in wait, where were they again?
you're in
Australia?
Australia. Yeah,
Yeah, they're in Australia. He had a full camp.
yeah, hmm,
So the only
yeah,
thing we can think of that we would know of as fans would be the weight cut.
yeah. It was a tough cut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Do you have
that's a good assumption.
here- this is kind of weird, but this is why I think if uh Islam wins, it has a lot to do with like mentality, but
Hmm.
he was kind of he talks about Habib not being at his fights, uh but it looks like Habib is going to be there and is supporting him because he's acting a whole fool on social media. Do you
Oh
have that
yeah,
video pulled up? I wanted to see it again because I only listened to it. I couldn't like actually see it, but I want to see it just to see
yeah. Let's see.
what's Islam looking like right now.
Okay, this is the situation, brother. Islam is a world champion right now.
Hold on, pause.
Somebody
He came in. He came in like Usher.
Hmm.
Situations.
He got the sunglasses on and everything.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
even in full UFC Hall of Famer mode right now. And he came in. Okay. This is the situation, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit it.
Not not the Tony Ferguson 2003 sunglasses either, though.
Yeah, he got them from Tony. Yes, Tony
Okay. All
Ferguson.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Good.
He can make 155, and UFC say this guy is a contender. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who. Rather, if King Kong can make 155, okay, bring this guy here. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
He ready. He ready. That's what he say.
yeah, that's what his daddy said. Daddy said he's ready to go. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that is gonna have a lot to do with Islam's performance. Just
Hmm.
feels complete, for him.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
he
I
came
think.
in happy, he's smiling. He's like, "Shit is back to normal." Okay.
He said, my big brother's here. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we ready to go. I got him down here. Can't nobody beat me with him in his corner. That's what he thinking. So I I mean, that's the way a champion should be, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
it should. It should. And you know what? Well, one, I'm super happy because my Islam, well, actually, Volk beats Islam square on my bingo card has a chance.
got a shot.
I'm kind of
It's
going
got a
Islam.
shot. You're going you're going
I'm kind
Islam?
of a little bit like that confidence is it's up there.
But what's interesting is the fact that I feel like my insides, my heart is with Volkanovski to get this done.
Me too.
But I just don't see him making it's not even big strides. It's just little things that he needs to shore up to change that from being 3-2 Islam to 3-2 Volkanovski. Um, but he's so smart. I think that he has the capability of doing it, but it's such a short time. And I feel like he would need to be in the lab with his coaches to try to figure those things out. And he just hasn't been doing that right this minute. I think he's been doing that stay in shape cardio and that kind of training, helping his training partners, but not necessarily super focused on competing at during this time. So I think that may work against him um, in a fight that's so close. So I think that Islam wins. But what sucks about this is that I hope that this doesn't count against Volkanovski for coming in, stepping in, saving the card in Abu Dhabi. Because if they would have matched Islam with Gamrot, like it wouldn't have been. Who's
That
buying
is
that?
not, you know
Who,
what? It would
who's
have been
buying that pay per
okay.
view?
Like, it would have been okay if those Volk rumors didn't start circulating.
Hmm.
But shit, it was too late.
Yeah,
Someone had a big mouth. So, but
somebody did.
Gamrot, so okay, tell me about Gamrot because there was another Usher situation. What
Well,
happened to
so
Gamrot?
it was a tweet that said that Gamrot basically chose violence, and he was flying to Las Vegas to confront Dana White and the UFC matchmakers. And he had some
He's
hate. He had some hate in his heart. He need to let it out.
having a little Drake situation himself. He was
but
upset
but
as well.
it's been cleared up that that's not what happened. He didn't do that. That's not what's going to happen. He is going to go down there and be the backup because the role of the backup is not to fill in outside of the week of the fight. So he's going to fulfill his duties. He's going to weigh in, and if something does happen with Volkanovski or Islam, he will fill in. Um, these things have happened before, so I don't know if you know about this one, but Habib was supposed to fight Max Holloway. They did the weigh-ins, all those things, but Max, the doctors would not clear him to fight because he was acting really, really loopy
I
on a
remember
lot of the
that.
interviews.
Like
Yeah,
he was like knocked out or not knocked out because I don't think he's ever been knocked out,
never been knocked out or knocked down or nothing.
but he had like a interview and I want to say it was like either Bisping or DC, but he
It
was
was
looking
Bisping.
crazy. Okay, he was looking crazy.
Yeah, yeah, he was wild, and so they were like, "Man, this dude,
Had like a
something wrong."
concussion. That's what it
Yeah,
was. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, he was slurring his words and stuff. So, and then Al Iaquinta filled in and actually gave Habib a very close fight. But that is basically the role that Gamrot is going to be filling, and I think that he understands that. Um, so, and he's going to get paid, so he's good. Gonna get paid, gonna get front row seats. He good, he good, he chilling. You're chilling, and
I'm gonna do
when
this.
you're in that role, that means that the UFC sees you as a potential next contender for the belt. So, yeah, he's in a good spot. He's in a good spot.
What do you think? Do you actually think he's a contender for the belt?
I think that he is probably number 4. Like, as far as like the real rankings, like you got if we we got the UFC rankings, right? But we got the real rankings of who they will really put into a title fight. Islam is the champ. Volkanovski is not in the lightweight rankings, but he's clearly somebody that they would put in for a title. So he's there. You got Charles Oliveira. He's right there. You got Gaethje. He's right there. And then, to me, you don't put Poirier because he's coming off a loss. You can't put him in there. You can't put Benny in there. The next option is Gamrot. He's coming off a win. So he's in the mix.
A
He's
win?
in the
Come
mix.
on. Seriously? A
Was it
win?
was his hand raised?
Bruh. Dude.
His hand was raised. It was a win.
Okay, look. I'm sorry. He can't no. Fazeev had an injury.
He did. He did. Not his fault. Not Fizie's fault. And also
Dude,
not Gamrot's fault.
okay, so his actual previous win, and I just sent it to you, was Jalen Turner, and it was a split
Yeah.
decision.
And that's a fight that I think he lost, to be honest.
He lost against Benny.
Yeah.
And then he has a win over Sarukian.
Yeah.
That's
a really good fight.
yeah, that's a good one to have there. But like,
But that's not a top 5 fighter either.
No, it's not. I, if he had finished the fight with Fazeev and had an actual win, maybe, but I don't
Yeah.
know, man. I don't know if
Well,
he's
I'm not saying that I would put him in there because I would actually tap some of the people who actually maybe coming off losses before I got the Gamrot.
for real, dude. Like the obvious choice is gonna be Gaethje, but I
Mm-hmm.
think you said something about Gaethje not wanting to fight in Abu Dhabi. I don't really know the ins and outs of that, but shit, I'd gone Poirier before I went to Gamrot. Ooh.
I mean, and who knows? They may have, but I don't think Dustin wants to be a short notice fighter either.
Yeah, that's true. He's getting up there in age and
Yeah, he needs that full
can't
camp.
be out here. Yeah, that's true. Very true. But either way, that's still I'd have gone there before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
I just I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not seeing
So,
the camera.
so you are taking Islam. I'm taking Islam.
I
You were
mean,
taking Charles before that, weren't you?
I was taking Charles. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'd had seen this whole Habib thing and he was still fighting Charles, I probably would have flipped still. But I'm positive on the night of the fight I'm going to be going Volk. It's one of those who do you want to win, but who do you think's going to win type deal.
Yeah. Yep. 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 For sure. So that's the main event. Let's go to the co-main event. Khamzat Chimaev was scheduled to fight Paulo Costa,
Yeah.
Borachina, and yeah, we learned later on or earlier this week that he had a elbow surgery because of a staph infection, and now he has pulled out of the fight. Officially, he is out of the fight. However, before I tell you what I'm going to say, uh, we've heard Robert Whitaker's name thrown out there, right? We've heard Marvin Vittori's name thrown out there.
He said absolutely negative.
Yeah, he was like,
Will
no,
not.
sir,
Uh-uh.
nah. Mm-mm. And I don't blame him. I don't think that I would do that. Not on no short notice.
Mm-mm.
And then Rob, I didn't finish his podcast, but just the start of it, I feel like if he was going to take the fight, he probably would have led with that, but he didn't, and so that makes me feel like he's not. I don't think that he would be recording a podcast. To be honest, I think he'd be
In the
directly into
gym.
the gym.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
The only
But
person I can think of was Usman, to be honest. Like
mhm.
that would have been it right there. But I don't know what his knees were looking like.
Yeah, he's can't be jumping out on short notice with them
Who is
knees because you
Bilal
got to
fighting?
catch them together. Bilal? Nobody. He ain't got nobody. He called out Sean Strickland, actually.
Bilal called out Sean Strickland?
Yeah, yeah, they got beef. Yeah, they got.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That dude's a whole nother weight class.
it is. It is a whole
He
nother
got
weight
other
class.
shit to do. Sean Strickland got to handle Drekus.
So,
That's a weird call out,
it,
Bilal. He was getting up there. I think Bilal could fight Hamzat.
well, I mean, that would be a whole nother weight class too. That's still middleweight. I think
Oh,
Hamzat would
wait.
maul Bilal.
I
I
forgot
think he would
Hamzat
maul him. Oh yeah, that
is
he went up.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Hmm.
My bad. Okay, so not Bilal. That's stupid. I want to
Um.
know what is Hamzat looking like because I forget. Like, how big does he look right now?
Well, what was his last fight was against Kevin Holland, and that was quite a while ago. Um. So he's had some time to put on some more size, and that wasn't even at 170. That was a catch weight of 180. So, um, he's had some time to put some sustainable size on to be a legit 185er. And the last pictures that I saw him, he was like super shredded. Um, but I couldn't tell how big he was because he was kind of like by himself. So you don't really get that scale. So I'm not really sure how big he is, but I'm going to assume that he's ready to go. I mean, if he was training for Paulo Costa, who is a big 185er, remember he's missed weight.
That's
He missed
true.
weight when he fought Marvin Vittori because they had to fight at 205. So
That's true.
he's a
But
big
then he
205er, and he
fought.
was training for him. What?
Didn't he fight Vittori? No. When did he
Who you
fight
talking about?
Luke?
Paulo?
Yeah.
Um,
What's the last fight?
he fought Luke after he fought Vittori, I believe. I
Okay.
think
He didn't
Luke, it
miss weight
was his
there though,
first.
right?
No, Luke was his
Okay.
last fight though.
Man, I wish
Um,
Hamza could make weight. He would have been a good fight for Shavkat.
and man, people have been dreaming about that fight. It's gonna happen eventually. It's
Yeah,
gonna
because
happen.
at some point, Shavkat's big ass is gonna have to move up too. That's a huge dude.
I think that the ideal matchup is Shavkat wins the 170 belt, Hamzat wins the 185 belt, and then they fight in Abu Dhabi, headline that card um, for probably the 185 belt.
Mm.
That's probably the dream matchup for the UFC
For the
and
UFC.
for Abu Dhabi. And for Abu Dhabi,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they would love that.
Well,
Hmm.
Salaga. Well, We did see that Paul Costa said that he's not pulling out of this fight anyway.
Mm-mm. No, he
I'm not
pulled
sure
out.
what his tweet is saying. Let me fight the gourmet Chen. What does that mean?
That's what he's calling Khamzat Chimaev gourmet Chechen. Chechen,
Oh,
like where he's from.
Chen. Oh, okay, gotcha. I am here in Abu Dhabi already in prepared MTFKS. DNA emoji, juice emoji. Secret juice?
I don't know. I'm sure something's about the secret juice.
Oh, mother. Okay. Ooh, he made me sound like old lady out here. I can't decode his tweet. Jesus. Okay. So
MFDS. I don't know, baby. What does this say? That's what you're saying. Like,
moving right along. Oh, Curtis Blaydes.
oh yeah,
I was sad about
oh
that
yeah,
one.
yeah. That one sucked. So Curtis Blaydes had to pull out of his fight against Jailton Almeida in Brazil, and the Black Beast is ready to go. He steps in to fulfill main event duties against Almeida, and
Oh boy.
everybody's
What do you
worried.
think?
Everybody is concerned about the decision that was made here. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
a large purchase that he is trying to make, and he needs an
Okay.
influx of cash. But I will say
Just,
that I don't know. Here's the pros for Derrick Lewis. One, he's fought tons of wrestlers, tons of grappling specialists. He knows that they want to get him to the ground, and he knows how to prevent it. That's one. Two,
yeah, just get up.
Almeida is a former light heavyweight, so he's on the smaller side. He tends to be in the 230s when he fights, and Derrick Lewis has to cut weight to make the 265 limit. So he's a bigger man, and ideally he's the stronger man, even though Almeida is super duper crazy strong. That's two. And then three, he's got those knees and those uppercuts ready for him. The same uppercut that he knocked Curtis Blaydes out with when he was trying to do a takedown, and Derrick was sitting on it. He can do the same thing against Almeida. He doesn't have a ton of different type of entries. He's got a strong double leg, which I think there's a meme of that where he's doing that against Rosenstruck. So he's got that in his bag, but I think that I think that that Derrick has kind of that muscle memory of being able to stop those takedowns. So this is a very, very, very dangerous attempt by him to continue to reestablish his name, his credibility in the division. However, I think he gets it done. I think he shuts the Brazil crowd up, and he knocks out Jailton Almeida. That's what I think will happen.
It could. It definitely could happen. So
Yeah.
I'm worried. Yeah, I don't know about this one. But I do think it does say a lot about Derrick stepping in against Jailton Almeida. There's definitely some confidence happening there. So we'll
Yeah, I
see.
mean, he's clearly in shape. He's got to be in shape to
Hmm.
to jump into this. I
Yeah, for
mean,
sure.
I've never seen him jump into a short notice fight before. I mean, he may have, and I
Really?
just don't remember it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't remember him jumping into a short notice fight. Uh,
Yeah.
and a lot of it is just because, not because he couldn't do the fight. It was more because he wanted to make sure he can make the weight.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah. That makes
he's a
sense.
big boy, a big
Yeah.
old boy. So the fact that he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll do it. He's in shape. Maybe he been out there training with Volkanovski.
Oh, that'd be my dream. See, just them working out would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Trying to
I don't
see
know,
if
man.
there's anything out there from Derrick yet. Have you seen anything?
I haven't seen a word. He probably training. Keep these niggas off his legs. Because he gonna be on his legs, man. He's not gonna strike with him. Almeida is not about to sit in the pocket and trade with this big dude. He's not gonna do it. Almeida, he's newer to us, but he's been around. He's been,
Yeah.
doing some combat sports stuff. He's no dummy. So if Almeida wins, we already know how that goes. He's in the upper echelon, the upper tier of heavyweights in the division. But what do you think a win for Derrick Lewis does? Like before this,
Yeah,
we were concerned that he was about to leave and go to bare knuckle fighting. But I mean, he got that flying knee situation. Like if he
got a
beats Almeida,
6-pack.
like he came with a 6-pack.
If he beats Almeida, okay, I'm looking at the what's this thing called? The rankings right now. Derrick is 10, Almeida's 9. I mean, it just kind of pushes him up. Guess who's number 8? Tai Tuivasa.
Who? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But since Tai just coming off a loss, either they do a rematch. Because then it's Sergey, Volkov.
Somebody would need to protect Tai from himself and don't make that rematch. Don't do that, because if you ask Tai, he'll say yes.
He sure the fuck would. Yeah, no, and I think he would lose this one. If Derrick wins against Almeida, he just kind of like on a winning spree. Yeah, nah. It would be so crazy if Derrick Lewis does what Glover Teixeira did and just randomly has a like resurgence and then wins a damn belt.
That would be so amazing.
That means he has to fight Tom along the way.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tall task.
Yeah.
It's a lot to ask of a person to fight this young stud that can do everything. Like
or Tom has Cyril Gane. That was a tough fight for him too.
Yeah. Cyril's not. He wouldn't do it. It's Cyril that would be like, no.
What? Would not fight Derrick Lewis?
Like, nah, no.
Why?
He wants to fight for a belt.
I'm saying if
Derrick
Lewis, I said if Derrick Lewis does like Glover and he kind of starts climbing his way back up to the top, and it's a, number one contender or whatever the case is, Cyril wouldn't do it.
No, he would fight.
If Derrick Lewis and Cyril Gane had to fight for the belt, okay, that's okay. I see what you're saying.
It would have to be for a belt.
I agree with that.
It would have to be for a belt.
Yeah, it would.
He wouldn't fight him for anything else but a belt.
So that's what I think. If Derrick Lewis beats Almeida, I mean that just means he's trying to climb back to the belt, which is what everyone's doing anyway. But and I think it would be tough. I think he could do it though. Definitely can.
I think he can. I mean, he only needs to win a couple, and he can jump right on back up there.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Yeah,
for sure. But I did want to see Curtis and Almeida. Plus, I would have put Almeida in top 5 if he won that, which would be dope.
Yeah.
In other news, Conor finally enters a damn USADA. Yeah. But somehow there's a interview out there. Who's the chick he interviewed with? It was I don't know who that lady is. Some ESPN type thing, or what was that?
No, I ain't never seen that lady in my life. Not that I know all the ESPN employees, but I don't know that one. I don't know her. I think that's an old interview. I don't think that's even a new interview.
No, that was. You think that's old?
I mean, The reason I think it's old is because of what he's wearing. It looks like the same suit that he wore when he interviewed with Ariel Helwani in that same place on that same drug.
Look, I think I could still understand the interview, and he had some very good points about where he stands with the UFC. What did he say? It was something along the lines of just being a reasonable, having a reasonable mindset in terms of who his opponents are,
Yeah.
and where he is. So
Yeah, I mean that I could appreciate him saying that for sure. He brought up what they do in jiu-jitsu, where they have the youth division, they have kind of the or I think it's called youth or juniors, and just the different levels, and then at the top level, or not even the top level, this the older people, they call it the masters division. Like, he's understanding that there's different levels to be competitive in, and I don't know if that's what he's saying that his mindset is in right now, but it should be,
yeah,
because in him trying to compete with the upper echelon of the lightweight division or the welterweight division, it's going to be tough. But if he fights these fights against people who are more in his wheelhouse, that are on, I don't want to say over the hill, but it's just like they're on the other side of their prime, which is exactly the same thing. I think that those fights are very interesting. If Tony wasn't on such an insane losing streak, then that would be an interesting fight. Actually, the fight against Michael Chandler is a very interesting fight, because Michael Chandler is like 35 or 36 years old. So they are actually in comparable age ranges. So he's actually fighting somebody that makes sense. When he fought Cowboy Cerrone, like, that fight actually made sense from a where they were in their career perspective. So that made a lot of sense from what he was saying. Yeah, I don't know who that
But
lady
you're
is.
right. It is an old interview. I just looked it up, and he is literally wearing the exact same thing. So in the same pub. Yeah, that was 4 months ago. They kind of saved that one. That's kind of weird.
That is weird that they held on to that for so long, because I would think that you would put that out when Conor was super duper crazy hot. Not that he's ever super cooled off, but like during that time was right when the documentary was coming out on Netflix. So I would
Maybe
think that you would do it then.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Because I didn't even notice that he was wearing the same thing. So
yeah, and knowing Conor, like, he don't be wearing the same thing on camera like that.
He doesn't?
Nah. No. No.
If you said about Cheeto Vera, I'd be like, yeah, nah.
I would expect to see a rerun outfit from Cheeto before I see a rerun outfit from Conor.
What? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't agree with that at all. Nah.
I'm looking at their pockets. Conor's worth over $100 million.
Sure, yeah.
Cheeto's probably worth $1 million.
That's true, but
Conor probably wears suits and then burns them the night afterwards, as he celebrates his life around a bonfire with random snow bunnies. But
get off my man's, okay. Actually, yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? Because you think he's actually going to fight this year, like December?
This year? Yeah. Absolutely not.
No.
Which is why I put that on the bingo card in January. I knew this man was not going to fight this year. They're going to save him for UFC 300. That is going to be the card that he jumps on, and it totally makes sense
officially.
If he gets KO'd, yeah, and he should, should. If he gets viciously knocked out, Tony Ferguson, Benjamin Button style, yeah, he should call it a career before it gets worse. Yeah. I don't see why there would be a need to continue, and that's a great stage to do it. A great stage to do it. But here's the question, and I actually threw this question out. Shout out to my guy, Bad MMA Math. I put this on Twitter in response to something that he said, but the question was, if Conor in who did I just say? Who's he fighting? I just said it, and I just had
Chandler?
my brain. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. If Conor and Chandler are fighting on UFC 300, that's not a title fight, but they're going to have title fights on the card. That's a given. You have to. How would they justify putting Conor as the main event and having title fights being the co-main and one of them not even being one of those, situations? Like how would they even figure that out?
It's Conor.
It is.
It's Conor, and it's the UFC. I don't think they care to justify anything.
I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to justify anything. It's their show, their event. But it would be super weird. It'd be super weird.
Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely would be weird, and I mean, but what are they gonna say?
I don't know. I would wonder how the other fighters would feel.
Oh, they'll be upset.
Yeah,
they'll be upset. But I think for the most part, they know what it is. I mean,
so let me give you a scenario. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's say it's the rematch, Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. That's on the card, and then the title fight would be, let's say Alex Pereira wins the belt, and Izzy goes up to try to get the light heavyweight belt from Alex Pereira. So that's the other title fight on UFC 300. How would you justify putting Conor over that?
How much pay-per-view money did he bring in during his career? Each fight. And then comparing it to what Izzy has done or what Pereira has done. Grasso and Valentina, shit.
That wasn't even
their last fight wasn't even on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So peg that shit down. That out the window. So plus,
I guess it would be easy pickings, huh?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it would have to be something like, which is Dana already got that shit out the way, which is Volk and Islam.
Yeah.
The only other person that could be a threat to that in Dana's eyes is probably O'Malley.
And to me, O'Malley would have to be fighting somebody who is a major B-side. Can't be Aljamain. Can't really be Henry. I don't think the Cheeto fight is that big. It's big, but it ain't that big.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? To be honest, as long as Sean is getting pay-per-view points, I'm not sure that he would mind being
he won't
co-main.
Shit. He won't care. He would not care.
His thing is, I got to defend this belt that I just got.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just a thought, but
yeah, no, you're right though.
It's going to happen. It's going to be a situation.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also don't think the UFC has to try to justify anything. And I would be surprised if they did, in terms of Conor being a main event over title fights and stuff. That's a good question. I'm sure things will definitely be said, but what are they going to say? When I say what are they going to say, I mean, what are they going to say that Dana's going to give a fuck about? That's really what it is. Yeah.
Nothing. He won't care. Like, I hear your concerns. I hear you. Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Close the door on your way out?
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
Oh, yeah. What he be doing at the press conference? They finish their sentence. He's like,
Yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about, but next question.
Next question.
Guys
Yeah,
are out here asking stupid fucking questions. He be getting real upset. He been doing this too long.
for real.
Mm-hmm.
His hearing going bad, and then told him he was gonna die. Like he been going through it. People pulling out of fights, getting cut, and telling the world before he tells the people he's in business with. Like you get mad.
Yeah, I would be upset too. I think I would react pretty similarly. But didn't this happen? I want to say not too long ago. Like it was like Khamzat, Nate, Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
Was it Tony? Who was the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it
Well,
was just
Daniel
like a shit
Rodriguez.
show. Yeah, there you go. It was a whole. Was it Shafkat?
Li Jinliang.
Jang Lang.
Yeah, because he had the fire suit. Didn't even get to wear it.
Oh man, yeah, we haven't
He's still
seen him in a while.
he's still waiting. He's still waiting to wear that suit. That man ain't wore that suit yet.
He was like,
got tailor fitted on the dang embedded, and never saw it. Never saw it.
Yeah.
Jangalang couldn't do it.
Good man, we haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Anyhow, there's so much happening that I'm just like, I forgot what happened last week. I'm sure it was a lot of good fights. I know we watched them.
Well, the big thing that happened last week, there was a really good card, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the main thing, keeping the main thing, King Bobby Green, knocked out Grant Dawson in 33 seconds and snuck his way into the number 12 ranking in the lightweight division.
He's not even supposed to be there.
He's on his Jorge Masvidal storyline.
Yeah. Dana was like,
when they were writing the UFC script earlier this year, they were like, "We got to sneak Bobby Green in there."
So he called Vince like, "Bro, so when shit that ain't supposed to happen, then what happened?"
You make a lot of money is what happens. That's what happens. But I mean, it didn't even look like that crazy of a punch, but there was a left hand and put him down easy. But you know what? Grant Dawson went on social media and had a really positive take. He's just a really positive person. I hope he comes back and does well, but and it doesn't seem like the loss really put a damper on how he feels about things, which is admirable. It's only his second loss too, so it's pretty impressive. But Bobby Green has called out Dan Hooker, and I think that would be an amazing fight if Dan is up to it. Last time we saw Dan, I think was it a broken arm or finger or something? It might have been an arm. Something's broken for sure, and he finished that fight and won against Jailton Turner. So, I think that that would be a dope fight if Dan Hooker is healed up, and I actually think that Dan Hooker will win that fight. Unfortunately for Bobby, but still, Bobby Green, just the story behind it. Again, that Jorge Masvidal veteran, over 10 plus losses, but still vicious, still got crazy speed. Like it's amazing.
You see what they did? You see what they did in the rankings? They put so Dan Hooker's 9, RDA 10, Turner's 11, Moicano's 12, Bobby's 13.
What?
Frivola's 14. I thought he was 12.
Oh yeah, he is 13. I thought he was 12.
Mm-hmm. And Frivola's 14 and Dawson is 15. Wasn't Grant Dawson like
10?
Yeah. So they pushed him all the way down to 15, And everybody else went up 1. Except for Matt.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, I mean, if this went down to 20, which is another conversation, should the rankings be down to 20? But if this went down to 20, then you would see Drew Dober, Benoit Saint-Denis listed there as well. And those are both viable fighters to be in the top 15. Benoit Saint-Denis has that fight against Matt Favola coming up. But like the lightweight division, just like the bantamweight division, is just got so many murderers in it.
Yeah.
And for Bobby Green to sneak into the rankings the way that he did, and I keep saying sneak. I'm only saying sneak because it was unexpected. But
well, I mean, it's like Tracy. I put her up there in 12th.
Man,
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was. She
That was
earned it,
really
and
wild.
just like Bobby Green earned it. I'm super impressed by what he's doing.
Yeah.
He said that he went on an interview, I think with Ariel Hawani, and he said that he wanted to make $1 million in 2023.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go get it.
I don't know how this works.
I
Where
don't
the
know. It's
money's
like
coming
you,
from.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you said. This is gonna be a Jorge Masvidal situation.
I hope it is for him. I really do.
Yeah.
Because Jorge has parlayed that into tons and tons and tons of money, 2 title shots. Like, he's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I hope that works for Bobby Green as well.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if he'll make it up to a title shot, because
that's a tough division.
It's just it's a really hard division.
That's tough.
But
that's tough. If he fought Matt, I don't think he would win that. And like you said, I think he'll have a tough time with RDA.
He'd have a tough time with RDA.
Yeah. I think Dan wins. And after that, I don't see him beating anyone unless it's like a...
But you know what?
time
I thought he was going to lose
like
against Grant Dawson.
That's true.
So, you know who I think he could beat? I think he could beat Michael Chandler. I think he could. I think that he could use Michael Chandler's aggression against him. I think he could beat him. I wouldn't. If I was putting money down, I wouldn't bet on him. But I think that he could beat him. I think that he definitely could. Just fight styles.
Physique.
No. Again, fight styles.
You think
assuming that Physique comes back well from the ACL, I think that
is that what happened?
I can't say it. Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he already had surgery. Yeah, as soon as it happened in the fight, like that's ACL for sure.
Damn.
Like the way that he stepped back on it and his leg was just like, nah, we ain't doing this no more. Like, it was for sure an
is that
ACL.
like a common injury in MMA?
It is. Shit. So yeah, that is kind of a snapshot of the UFC craziness that has happened. Again, like, share, comment. Again, we have these picks that we're gonna do the spicy chip or something like that challenge for whoever loses, and it's gonna be insane.
But yeah, we should. Wait, when is that gonna be? Because I would like to do it if I lose. I'd like to do it when I don't have the whole sense of taste and smell situation.
No, yeah, because it's kind of cheating. But
nobody said you have to taste it. You just gotta eat it.
That's true. Gosh, it's gonna be so bad. I don't
for you.
No.
Yeah. If I could,
gonna be me.
If I could. Well, we're gonna have to redo the picks because a lot of shit's going on.
We do have to redo the picks for sure.
Yeah.
But
and then you gotta, yeah.
Yep. And then you gotta pay up. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing some spicy chip challenge situation, but for you, it sounds like you're gonna have to eat or drink a blend of all the things, like
No.
Succession style, for sure.
Oh no. I'm not
What do you
doing
mean,
that.
no?
Because I'm not
That's
losing.
what
I don't have
happens
to
if
worry
you
about it.
lose.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
I don't know
All
losing.
right.
But
All right, Islam. I drink your milkshake, Makhachev.
Islam Makhachev, Volkanovski, props to y'all. But
Yeah.
like I said, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share, keep getting these numbers up. We're doing amazing. We're marching towards monetization, trying to get this Manscaped sponsorship. We're gonna get it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna
You're
happen.
so crazy.
But yeah. So until next time.
Bye.